Now let us take a few more questions in electronics and communication engineering. So first is, what do you mean by comparator? Comparator means comparison operator, or the device or the gate which does this combination of gate which does comparison. So a comparator is a special combinatorial circuit designed primarily to compare the relative magnitude of two binary numbers. So you have certain binary numbers, two binary numbers. Now you need to compare these two binary numbers. For that, comparator is employed. Then list basic types of programmable logic devices. So there are read-only memory, programmable logic array, and programmable array logic. Define ROM, read-only memory. So read-only memory is a device that includes both the decoder and the OR gates within a single IC package. ROM, you have OR gates along with the decoder in a single IC package, that is integrated circuit package. Define address and word. Define address and word. In a ROM, each bit combination of the input variable is called an address. It is called an address, and each bit combination that comes out of the output lines is called the word. So in combination of the input variable, address, combination of the that comes out of the output lines is word. State the types of ROM. Masked ROM, PROM, that is programmable read-only memory, EPROM, that is erasable programmable read-only memory, then EEPROM, that is electrically erasable programmable read-only memory. What is PLA? How it is different from ROM? PLA means programmable logic array. So in some cases what happens, the number of don't care conditions, they are excessive. So it is more economical to use the second type of LSI component, which is called as PLA. So PLA is similar to ROM. In concept they are similar, but it does not provide full decoding of the variables and does not generate all the minterms as in the ROMs. Next is, which gate is equal to AND invert gate. So you have an and in front you have a invert gate. Which gate is equal to AND invert gate? The answer is NAND gate. AND with invert is NAND. Which gate is equal to OR invert gate? So you have OR and then you have an invert. So what is this? This is NOR gate. Bubbled OR gate is equal to OR gate and you have a bubble. That means you are talking about a NAND gate. Bubbled AND gate, you have a bubbled AND gate. So what does it mean? You are talking about a NOR gate. What are the classification of sequential circuits? So these sequential circuits, they are classified on the basis of timing of their signals into two types. So the classification is based on the basis of the timing of their signals. So these are synchronous sequential circuits and asynchronous sequential circuits. Define the flip-flop. What is a flip-flop? The basic unit of storage is flip-flop. The basic unit in your system or a hardware, basic unit of storage is flip-flop. So this flip-flop maintains its output state either at 1 or 0 until directed by the input signal to change its state. What are the different types of flip-flop? There are various types of flip-flop. These are RS flip-flop, SR flip-flop, D flip-flop, JK flip-flop, T flip-flop. What is the operation of RS flip-flop? RS flip-flop. This is stepwise operation. So let me tell you each one of them. When R input is low, S input is high, the Q output flip-flop is set. That means this is a device. This kind of arrangement is there. So we are talking about Q dash, and you have RS. So if R is low and S is high, Q is set. If R is high, S is low, Q is reset. When both R and S are low, the output does not change. It will remain at what was the previous state. And when you have R and S both as high, 1 1, the output is unpredictable. So this unpredictability has been removed in various other flip-flop. That is why other flip-flop has come. So what is the operation of SR flip-flop, see, this was RS flip-flop. Okay, now this is SR flip-flop. When R is low, S is high. R is low, S is high, Q is set. R is high, S is low, Q is reset. When both R and S are low, output does not change. When R and S are high, the output becomes unpredictable. What is the operation of D flip-flop now? This D flip-flop during the occurrence of the clock pulse. So you have a clock pulse in D flip-flop. The output Q is set. If this D is 1, then output is set. If D is 0, output is reset. So you have a clock pulse. What is the operation of JK flip-flop? JK flip-flop. When K input is low, J input is high, Q output is set. So let me show you like this. This is a device. This is a device. This is simple. This is not actually JK, but I'm just telling you that if this is J, this is K, and this is your Q. If K is low, J is high, Q is set. If J is low, and if K is low, sorry, and J is again low, Q is reset. If both the J and K are low, Q does not change. When both inputs K and J are high, it is possible to set or reset the flip-flop, the output toggle on the next positive clock edge. So this K and J, if they remain high, we are not going to get the unpredictable result, but the output, whatever output was there, it will toggle, it will change from its previous form. What is the operation of T flip-flop? T means toggle. So T flip-flop is also known as a toggle flip-flop. When T is equal to 0, there is no change in the output. When T is equal to 1, the output switch to the complement state. That is the output toggles. It changes to the previous other from the previous value. Define the race or race around condition. What is a race around condition? In JK flip-flop, output is fed back to the input. Output is fed back to the input here. Therefore, the change in the output results in the change or in the input. Output results or it will direct the change in the input. Or output will result in the change in the input. So, due to this, in the positive half of the clock pulse, if both J and K are high, then the output toggles continuously, right? If due to this, the positive half of the clock pulse, if J and K both are high, the output is going to toggle continuously. This condition is called the race around condition. What is edge triggered? Edge triggered flip-flop. You have seen the race around condition now. The problem of race condition or race around condition can be solved by edge triggering the flip-flop. This term edge triggering means that the flip-flop changes state either at the positive edge or a negative edge of the clock pulse, and it is sensitive to its inputs only at the transition of the clock. What is a master-slave flip-flop? Master-slave flip-flop. A master-slave flip-flop consists of two flip-flops where one circuit serves as a master and another serves as a slave. So there are two in all. Define rise time. What is a rise time? The time required to change the voltage level from 10% to 90% is known as the rise time. Next is define fall time. What is a fall time? The time required to change the voltage level from 90% to 10% is the fall time. Define skew and clock skew. The phase shift between the rectangular clock waveform is referred to as a skew, and the time delay between the two clock pulses is called the clock skew. So the phase shift between the rectangular clock waveform, phase shift is skew, time delay is clock skew. Define setup time. The setup time is the minimum time required to maintain a constant voltage levels at the excitation inputs of the flip-flop device prior to the triggering edge of the clock pulse in order for the levels to be reliably clocked into the flip-flop. This is denoted as T setup. This is the setup time. Define hold time. What is the hold time? The hold time is the minimum time for which the voltage levels at the excitation inputs must remain constant after the triggering edge of the clock pulse in order for the levels to be reliably clocked into the flip-flop, and this is denoted by T hold. Define the propagation delay. What is a propagation delay? A propagation delay is the time required to change the output after the application of the input. Propagation delay is the time required to change the output after the application of the input. Define registers. We have seen that the flip-flop are the basic storage unit of the any hardware. What is the registers then? So register is a group of flip-flop. A group of flip-flop is a register. So flip-flop can store 1 bit of information. So an n-bit register has a group of n flip-flop. Say you have a 8-bit register, that means you have 8 flip-flops in it, and it is capable of storing any binary information number containing the n bits. Define the shift registers. Shift registers. The binary information in a register can be moved from stage to stage within the register or into an output out of the register upon application of clock pulse. This type of bit movement or shifting is essential for certain arithmetical logic operation used in microprocessors. So this gives rise to group of registers which are called the shift registers, which give you a possibility to shift the values which are there in the register. What are the different types of shift type? So you can have serial in, serial out, serial in, parallel out, parallel in, parallel out, parallel in, parallel out, parallel in, serial out, and parallel in, parallel out. You also have a bidirectional shift register. So these are 5 types of shift register. Explain the flip-flop excitation tables for RS flip-flop. RS flip-flop, we have seen that in RS flip-flop there are 4 possible transition from the present state to the next state. This is 0 transition, first transition. This can happen either when R 0 to 0 is the transition. If R and S are 0 and R equal to 1 and S equal to 0. 0 to 1 when the S is 1 and R equal to 0. 1 to 0 when S equal to 0 and R equal to 1. 1 to 1, this can happen either if S equal to 1, R equal to 0, or S equal to 0, R equal to 0. Next question is this. Explain the flip-flop excitation table for JK flip-flop. Now let us see the JK flip-flop. So this is the transition table. These are 4 possible transitions from present state to next state. Okay. So 0 to 0, this will happen when J equal to 0 and K equal to 1 or K equal to 0. 0 to 1 will happen when either this J is equal to 1 and K equal to 0, and when J and K equal to 1. 1 to 0 will transit when J equal to 0 and K equal to 1 and JK equal to 1. 1 to 1 transition will happen will take place when K equal to 0, J equal to 0 and J equal to 1. Explain the flip-flop excitation tables for D flip-flop. So in D flip-flop, the next state is always equal to the D input and it is independent of the present state. This is very important. D flip-flop, the next state is always equal to the D input and it is independent of the present state. Therefore, D must be 0 if Q n plus 1, next one has to be 0. And if Q n plus 1 has to be 1 regardless the value of Qn. Qn is the previous state, Q n plus 1 is the next state. Explain the flip-flop excitation tables for T flip-flop. When T, what happens? When input T equal to 1, the state of the flip-flop is complemented. So when T equal to 0, the state of the flip-flop remains unchanged. Therefore, for 0 to 0, 1 to 1 transition, T must be 0. And from 0 to 1 and 1 to 0 transition, it must be 1. T must be 1. Okay. So these were a few more questions on electronics and data logic we have seen. So we'll be taking more of this. Thank you so much.